the only thing really to look forward to, I guess, is to hopefully see some flashes from Haskins, right? Hopefully get Geis, see some flashes from him, keep him healthy.
Flashkins.
Yeah. I mean, what else is there to look for?
I guess the other thing that maybe I'm hopeful of is if Chris Thompson can come back, and I know you guys talk to him every Monday, and we talked to him for the first time yesterday for 10 minutes, and he seemed to be in good spirits. Don't know if he's absolutely going to play this Sunday, but if you get Chris and you get Darius and Adrian Peterson rotating in some form or fashion, get two guys on the field at the same time, which they never really did last Sunday despite saying they were going to do that. If you get those guys back and everybody's got the oil running through their engine at some point, and Haskins gets a little more comfortable, and Paul Richardson maybe returns this week after missing last week. He was limited yesterday. Along with all of this, maybe you can have some semblance of a professional offense. We know it's been challenged, and I don't even count those 2 touchdowns in the fourth quarter, guys. I mean, essentially, I look at it as like they haven't scored a touchdown in, like a couple of seasons here. Greg Williams clearly called off the Dogs in that fourth quarter when they were up 34-3. So I guess that's the only thing you look forward to, because the defense, which I can't figure out, and I don't know if they can figure out what the hell happened to the defense on Sunday. Sam Darnold's good when he's clicking. He ain't that good. That Jet offensive line stinks. They couldn't really run the ball well coming into the game, and they did whatever they wanted to. Not that they ran it down their throat, but they did whatever they wanted to in the passing game. And guys, pedestrian jag tight ends are just running free, and nobody's around them. So I can't even look forward to the defense anymore.
No, the defense to me is the large issue. It makes sense that the offense is going to struggle. Rookie quarterback, lack of talent. The defense we thought was going to be better. I want to get your take. You look at the film. You break it down closer than us as we talk to Chris Russell, Redskins insider. If you didn't know anything about his past and you were just looking at him on film this season, what type of player is Ryan Kerrigan?
This year?
I just said you can't consider his past. You're just watching him on film this year. Is he a A player, B player, C player, D player?
I mean, if I'm being honest, and I love Ryan Kerrigan, he's at best a D. I know he had the 2 sacks in the first quarter. You know what he had after that in 3 quarters of football against a dreadful offensive line that was allowing 5 sacks a game? 1 hurry. 1. I mean, the Redskins needed.
What do you see on film? Is he slower? Is he just not as nimble? What's going on?
I mean, he's never been fast. I think because teams don't necessarily respect Montez Sweat and Ryan Anderson, and Montez Sweat yet. Where they had a healthy respect, even though he didn't put up huge sack numbers for Preston Smith. I think teams are able to roll and chip more tight ends and, do more blocking and protection against the one guy that they feel is a legitimate threat. So maybe it's unfair to say, well, Ryan Kerrigan's having a bad year. But he's never been good at stopping the run. He's never been good at coverage, at least in my opinion, and I think any reasonable person's opinion. So if you can, again, not have fear about what's coming on your left side of your offense, meaning from the right side of the Redskins defense, and Kerrigan normally lines up on the left side of the Redskins defense, if you don't have fear of what's coming on the other side, then you can roll, chip, you can call, you can slide protect, all the things that Dwayne Haskins is not doing consistently. Other quarterbacks can do that consistently and take out the Redskins. He's got 4 sacks now, the 2 in the first quarter the other day. He had 26 over the last 2 years, 13 in each of the last 2 years, and he's going into age 32 season, final year of his contract. There were some trade rumors. I wouldn't trade him right now, but I sure as hell wouldn't extend him right now. I'd just let him kind of dangle and see what he is next year with hopefully Montez Sweat being better, and then you make that decision either at the deadline or after next year. I would not extend him right now.
What do you think the future is for Paul Richardson? He's been a massive disappointment since signing that huge free agent deal a couple of years ago. His numbers so far, 47 grabs. He's got 4 touchdowns since he's arrived in D.C., and I know the front office was expecting a lot more.
Yeah, it's not good, especially being that he was a Jay Gruden guy.
Yeah.
Jay Gruden basically handpicked that guy from what I understand, and I mean, I can't be any more disappointed. just from what I saw on tape out of Seattle, and I knew he had an injury history, but he had an ability to not only stretch the field deep and, the goes and the deep posts, but he had an ability in Seattle at least to go and pluck the ball in deep, intermediate to deep range, which is what they wanted him to do over the middle of the football field and catch all those 50-50 passes. They're essentially, I got to be honest with you, before last week, guys, they're using him like Pierre Garçon was in 2017, like all these short and intermediate, grinded out Z-type receiver routes, the stuff that nobody is afraid of. And he just hasn't turned anything.
Plus, he's so slight. He's like Garcon, who's a jacked dude.
Exactly.
I mean, he can take that punishment.
But he's not even running away from anybody, right? It's like he's a possession receiver in a speed receiver's body when he's right and when he's normal. And to his credit, he did play the first, 9 games of the year. Now, he just missed last week, and he was back at practice on a limited basis yesterday. But who has seen even the one big touchdown he had last year against Green Bay? Now, it was a bad throw by Alex in week 3, but it wasn't like, oh, man, that's what we got Paul Richardson's for. So I would have to assume, being that they are doing everything they can to distance themselves from Jay Gruden, i.e. mess with Colt McCoy, do everything they can to suppress him, everything they can to distance from Jay Gruden, I would have to think, regardless of what happens in the front office, that Paul Richardson is likely gone.